What would it look like if we remove racism at work? In a word, it would be transformational. In business consulting, I talk a lot about removing constraints in organizations. If we remove the constraint of racism at work, we would see personalities blossom. We would see relationships reconciled. We would see talents emerge, and we'd see contributions proliferate. In short, we would see things on earth as it is in heaven.
An anti-racism workplace will be a place where I'm able to bring the best form of myself and embrace with love and respect the racial and cultural diversity that are present in order to move together in agreement and meet the company goals to its customers, investors, and employees. It will be an environment that is receptive to honest and candid feedback to matters that impact team morale, i.e. race, as a priority. It will be a place that integrates, reflects, and celebrates diversity and inclusion, whether we are hiring, retaining, promoting, or enrolling employees into mentorship programs. The policies and procedures in this organization will demonstrate reasonable efforts to eradicate systemic racism. Its leaders will be genuinely involved and have interest into the whole well-being of the entire workforce. Its leadership representation will be well diverse to the point of power sharing. And these leaders will be so committed to learning and listening to understand topics and discussions that surround systemic racism. And this, to me, is an anti-racism environment.
What does a workplace without racism look like? It looks like a place where I can wear my hair short or a little long. I can talk the way that I like to talk. I can wear my glasses and walk the way I like to walk. I don't have to put on airs. I am accepted and not just tolerated. That's what a workplace without racism looks like.
A racism-free workplace would be a place that's safe for all of us to come together and to collectively create and to brainstorm and to bring all of our diverse backgrounds and cultures into one place where we can ask questions, where we can know that in the core of our being, in the core of who we are, we know that we love each other because we are created in the image of God.
What does a racism-free workplace look like? Well, for me as a Christian, it looks like a place where there's a very clear mission, vision, and core value statements. One that speaks not just about the business achievements and goals, but the expectations of respecting and valuing the employees and the customers equally. Often there's more emphasis on customer and bottom line and not enough addressing the importance of having a safe, secure, and respectful environment for all employees. Core values, I think, should directly speak to honest dialogue, listening skills, and encouraging ideas and attitudes that enhance the workplace for higher achievement and greater outcomes, without judgment and without creating negative feedback or creating division. This is a win-win for all employees, and I would be very happy to work in an amazing organization that implements these strong standards and holds leadership accountable.
What if racism didn't exist in the workplace? I think our ideas would be transformative. I think our people would be more creative. And I think our businesses would be more profitable.
If racism didn't exist in the workplace, we would stop saying black first. The report of first black to do this or first black to do that in corporate America would fade away and be replaced by the so-called meritocracy. The myth of the meritocracy is perpetuated by these so-called firsts because there were and are many blacks in the workplace who deserve promotions and awards but are held back by racism. They aren't given the opportunities, tools, or support to rise within organizations. To say that a particular black person broke through to become the first CEO or other leader is to say that we must always be twice as good as our non-black counterparts to succeed in America.
Sin is like a virus, and it's infected the entire human race. So we go through life and we hurt people, and people hurt us. None of us are exempt. And I think racism is just a genetic mutation of that ugly sin. And it can show up in subtle ways, like I'm going to avoid certain people. It can show up as overt ways, like I'm going to hurt other people. In the workplace culture, though, I think a culture without racism is a place of community. And when I think about community, I think about really being known and cared for who I really am, that authentic self that's deep inside. And I think that comes about through respect. And at the base of all that respect is this heart of love.
A racism-free workplace would mean we were living like Jesus lived. We would be respectful and compassionate and loving to our coworkers, period. We would honor them as people for their knowledge and their skills, regardless of color, religion, or national origin. We'd be thoughtful listeners, and we'd seek to understand and embrace our differences and how those differences make us better people, better coworkers, and how those differences also enhance our companies. We'd act in a way that makes Jesus proud.